1. 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is Amal, and joining me tonight, I have Andy, George, Carl, and Mus. And we are the Monday Blues coming to you with the preview for, what is it, round 7, I think it is, isn't it? It's round 7, gentlemen. Times fly. Time is absolutely flying. And Geelong is playing Carlton at the MCG on Saturday, the 27th of April, 2024 at 4:35 once again. And boy, oh boy, what a game we have ahead. And before we go into the preview for it, let's quickly go around the grounds and see how the boys are doing. Andy, I'll start with you.
Good, man. Good. As always, just keen to get to the game. Watched two disgusting teams play in a draw today. The Filth versus the Scum. And as it should, they couldn't out-filth each other. So both losers today. Both had a chance to win, but they buckled. And yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. Good result today.
That's good. Carl, how are you?
Well, I went to that filthy game. I just got home not long ago. Great experience. Ferals everywhere. Can't wait for Saturday. See some normal people.
How was the crowd? Genuinely, 93,000 people at that game. So quite a few. What was it like?
It was good. It was different. You know what? First time I've been to a game as a neutral supporter, where I didn't have to stress. It was definitely different. But no, it was good. Very loud, very annoying. A lot of annoying Collingwood supporters, I must say. They're really, really annoying. But overall, no, it was actually good. Something different.
How long was your shower when you got home, though?
I had to rush out. I had to rush out to make the show. I was in there for about an hour and 47 minutes to be exact. But...
So bring the Dettol in with you.
Antiseptic. Antibacterial. Georgie, how are you?
Yeah, good, man. Yeah, I'm just on that. It's nice not to hear from either of their supporter bases or their song after the game. It's nice, right? So, yeah, keen for Saturday. It's an odd week. It just doesn't feel like a Thursday, but yeah, I think we were just talking about. I almost forgot we were recording tonight. I think Mus almost forgot. He joined us 3 minutes ago. So,
well, I'm asked where we're sitting tomorrow.
Yes, Mal did ask where we're sitting tomorrow.
It feels like Friday night.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, no, keen for Saturday. Mus?
Wait. Oh, wait. No, sorry. It is Thursday. I don't know why. I thought it was Friday too.
That's what I thought.
My bad.
Everyone was going to rock up to the G tomorrow, except me.
I'm cold. I don't know if anyone else is cold. It's just like winter just hit. Like all of a sudden, I'm freezing.
Mate, I've got a cool room in my shop.
Turn your head on your tight ass.
Yeah, other than that, it has been a weird week. Didn't know what day it was. So looking forward to Saturday. Absolutely. Keen as.
Saturday is going to be a big one, and they're expecting a big crowd from memory as well. For those watching along, thanks for joining in. We've got 26 at the moment. Numbers are steadily climbing. Good evening to everyone. Aiden in the chat reckons the last time the Anzac Day game was a draw, Carlton won the flag. Can we get someone to fact check that or verify that? Because if
it's true.
Yeah.
Like we already knew we're going to win the flag this year, coming off the back of a fantastic win against GWS, but Aiden just confirmed it for us, and history confirms it for us. It's our flag. Andy and George just before were talking about getting their tattoos. What day did you guys book it in? The 30th of September, I think it was.
Yep, Monday the 30th of September.
Yeah,
booking it in.
Their tattoos are booked in. Carl and I are going to go get henna tattoos. We're excited.
I'm going to get the chewing gum one. You know, the tats.
Oh, geez. Well, shall we go through the teams? Let's go through the teams. Let's go have a look and see what changes for Geelong coming into the team. Zach Tui, Reece Stanley, Cameron Guthrie, and going out with injury, concussion, Tom Stewart, and omissions, Toby Conway and Jai Clark. Sam DeConning will be playing his 50th game for the Cats. No changes for Carlton. So good news in the sense that both Zach Williams and Jack and Wiedering have escaped their sort of injury clouds and confirmed for the game. Hopefully there's no late outs or changes or anything like that. And this is the team that we go in with. But starting with Geelong's backline, Zach Guthrie, Sam DeConning, Jake Kolajasny, Zach Tui, Jack Henry, Max Holmes going up against the forward line of Elijah Hollins, Harry Mackay, Matty Cottrell, Matty Owies, Tom DeConning, and Charlie Curnow. Midfield for Geelong, Mark O'Connor, Paddy Dangerfield, Mark Blitzarves, following Reece Stanley, Cam Guthrie, Tanner Broon. Centre line for Carlton, Ollie Hollins, Paddy Cripps, Blake Akers, and following Mark Pitney, Sam Walsh, George Hewitt. Forward line for Geelong, Brad Close, Jeremy Cameron, Brian Myers, Tyson Stengel, Tom Hawkins, and Ollie Henry. Going up against the back line of Lockie Cowan, Lewis Young, Brody Kemp, Zach Williams, Jacob Wiedering, and Nick Newman. Interchange bench for Geelong, Ollie Dempsey, Brandon Parfitt, Jack Bowes, Tom Atkins, and Mitch Duncan. Interchange for Carlton, Jordan Boyd, Matty Kennedy, Jack Carroll, Corey Durden, Horatio Fantasia. Emergencies for Geelong, Shannon Neal, Jai Clark, and Toby Conway. And for Carlton, Jackson Binns, Sam Durden, and Alex Chin Cotter. Thoughts and feels, gentlemen?
Easy money.
Well, I think the emergencies are, I guess, just a bit of risk mitigation. So Durden, or Nigel Thornberry, sorry, Sam Durden, just in case, obviously, with Weeders being an injury cloud over Weeders. Binns, and who was the other emergency? Sorry, you said?
Binns, Durden, and Chincotta.
And Chincotta, obviously, as a coverage for Williams.
Yep.
And there was Horatio had. I read somewhere about Horatio was 50-50 as well, but I guess the emergencies are as a contingency plan. I really hope that. I mean, look, at the end of the day, if they're fit and they're trained, they play, right? Like, we can't go in with putting players on ice sort of now. But again, with Wiedering, he had the bad call. It's not anything. It's like a recurring injury or anything that you feel worried about him playing with. But I like it.
Zach Williams is the interesting one for me because Achilles, and I know he's had Achilles issues in the past. I mean, you trust the
I reckon he's going to be laid out.
Yeah, I'm still hoping he's a laid out.
Yeah, I reckon he's going to be laid out. Happy Cowan's still in.
Yeah, he was good.
Yeah, I think it's a funny one. He looked, take him off the ground, unless it was just precautionary to take him off the ground. Weeders trained with no strapping on today, and Zach Williams trained quite well, apparently. So, hey man, trust the doctors, you trust the medicos to make the right decision.
And Geelong are effectively full strength minus Stewart, obviously out with concussion, so they got everyone back in.
Yeah, I think Stewart's a big out though. I mean, we've got the it's not the Twin Towers anymore after last week. It's actually the Triple Towers now, thanks to Tom DeConning and his performance last week against GWS. I think we're going to stretch. We'll stretch any defense, and especially now with Geelong missing Tom Stewart, I think they're going to have a hard time managing all three at the same time.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah,
I think Blitzarves becomes important.
Massive
for them.
Yeah, good call.
Yep.
Blitzarves, he'll run back and chop them out defensively. So, and I think I'm quite confident any of our big threes could outwork him. But that would be, I think, the natural kind of replacement for Tom Stewart if you can replace. Like, Tom Stewart's one of the best defenders in the league, like top three for sure. So, good opportunity for our forwards, man. Great opportunity.
Yeah, need to capitalise.
100%.
Yeah, I reckon
the
the
MCG
midfield run amok.
What'd you say, Carl?
I reckon our midfield's going to dominate. To be honest, they got a shit midfield. To be honest,
They're pretty young in their midfield,
and Dangerfield's old.
Is it me or does Guthrie just play against Carlton? I feel like he just comes in and plays against Carlton.
He hasn't played in over a year apparently.
He played against us in the Pracky, and I think that's when he done his quad.
That was like hip after a minute or so. I think it was.
Yeah.
Is this his first game back?
Yes.
Yeah.
First AFL game for I think almost 12 months or something.
That's
like
all right.
that.
That's
Yeah,
good.
over a year ago.
He'll be rusty.
Work him.
He'll be rusty.
Yeah.
Work him. Run him off his legs.
He'll be rusty as.
Slide tackle him.
Yeah, I think the only thing that I might be a little concerned about is the small forward brigade of Geelong. I think they're quite good. Tyson Stengel, Ollie Henry. They've got some smarts about him. They've got some pace about them. And the likes of Hawkins and Cameron, if they can get the ball to ground in the contest in the back line, I don't know if because our back line isn't really that short. Like, we don't have any small halfbacks or anything like that can take on their smalls. I think that's probably the only weak point in our lineup. But then at the same time, we've got the massive advantage down the other end of the ground with the three pronged attack in Curnow, Mackay, and Tom De Koning.
Yeah, good point. Stengel's been in like great form. Stengel especially has been terrific. My only worry of the game is what are we going to do with Jeremy Cameron?
He's the only one.
Last year, like his performance against us last year was one of the best solo performances I've seen from an opposition player.
It was nuts.
Ever.
What he kicked 6 or 7, I think.
He kicked 6 goals, got 30 touches or something.
Against Lewis Young. It was on
Yeah.
Lewis Young last year.
Yeah.
So, like, on Stengel, I reckon, like, Boyd's been a rip form too, right? Like,
Boyd.
You didn't even go
he's been
Cowan.
fantastic. So he'd probably run with him or Cowan. But with it's a great call. Do you throw someone like Kemp, who is sort of great at sort of you spoil and contested sort of contest rather than just the one-on-one, or do you assist with going Young? Because Weeders will probably go with Hawkins, obviously the big-bodied forward versus the number one defender.
I'd go Lewis Young.
You'd have to go Young, but I feel like Marchbank would have been a
struggle.
fantastic option, but unfortunately not available.
I don't think we've got, and I don't think there is in the entire league someone who can like comfortably take on Jeremy Cameron when he's on. I think he's top 3 in the league.
Yeah.
I think he's just on another level compared to most players.
Too.
At his best, I think he's the best in the competition at his best, apart from Sam Walsh. But yeah, I just think we're going to really, if we can somehow keep him under 20 and minimize his goals, then I think we're giving ourselves a really, really good chance. On the other hand, I think we're happy to go get into a shootout, like we've said in the past.
Yeah.
And if that's what it's going to be, then I reckon we smash them in a shootout as well. So
Yeah, absolutely.
Team defense will be important, I think, this week.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Where do we think the game is going to be won here? Is it going to be obviously goals and forward lines are important, but how is the game? How is Carlton going to win this game against Geelong?
Midfield. Has to be midfield.
Midfield, yeah?
We got 2 big forwards. They've got 2 big forwards. It has to be the midfield.
I think definitely, and to Andy's point, probably will go to a shootout, and I hope it does. You got the likes of Curnow and Mackay, and on the other end, Cameron and Hawkins. To be fantastic to see. And the part that's probably going to stick the most is those smalls. Their smalls are going to damage us, whereas we've got Durden. So I really want to see our smalls get into the game. But if it does go shootout, I think it's going to be probably won and lost in a turnover game. Sort of who's quicker to sort of react and move the ball smoothly through the midfield, but we'll see what happens.
It's going to be interesting. Like it's a as a Carlton fan, I'm confident, very confident. I'm sure Geelong fans will feel the exact same. But like if I was a neutral, your mouth would be watering at this game. Yeah, like,
yeah. It's exciting.
I just wish we were full strength to really, measure. But I mean, it's going to be a good measuring point because we are missing those players. We are missing key players. So let's see how deep we bat, So I'm keen. I'm so keen for this game. I think this is the biggest game of the year.
Yep. Yeah.
I think once we win on Saturday, we'll be premiership favourites.
I don't think you're wrong there. I don't think Carl's wrong there at all. I think 100%. If we win, how can you deny us of the premiership favourites tag? How? Because we've got so many big names to yet to come back in. Jack Martin, obviously Doherty and Silvani are out for the year, but Jack Martin, Caleb Marchbank, plus a couple of others. We've
Motlop,
Saad, McGovern, Motlop, Chera. I forgot about all of them. We've got so many names to come back in, and we're still getting it done. We're still finding ways to win. Once we get that class, that experience back into the side, and we win Geelong, we beat Geelong this week. How can you possibly say that we can't be premiership favourites? Especially when, you know, the likes of the filth in Collingwood today couldn't kick straight. Had all the opportunities in the world to roll that game, and they couldn't do it. Essendon too. Oh, it's brilliant. I can't wait. Like, I know we're talking about Geelong, but we're going to absolutely freaking roll Collingwood next week.
As much as I like agree with you guys, premiership favourites, all that, whatever, I don't care. Like to me, that's just a title. To me, that's a title that's going to be stripped off us 5 times during the year. It's going to be put back on us 5 times a year. I just want to win every week, right? And whatever title externally they want to put on us, whatever, bro. They're going to tell us when we lose that we're not the real deal. When we're winning, they're going to call us, nah, you're proper, you're absolutely the real deal. So all that external noise, it's cute, and it's cool to have. Like, Carlton's premiership favourite. We've never been premiership favourites for the last 20 odd years. So yeah, I mean, it's cool, but it doesn't mean anything. You know, as long as we stick to our system, fuck the external noise. Whatever they want to label us, let them label us. Any dollar amount, I don't care. Let's just win. You know, that's like, as a fan, that's all I want. I don't look to the external anymore. So
a great call. 2 things. One great call from Petrakan in the chat. The title that matters is a reigning premiers.
Exactly.
That sounds
exactly.
That's
Absolutely
fantastic. But on Geelong, right? Look, all right, they're undefeated, yes, but we go through their run. Saints at GMHBA, Adelaide, Hawks, Dogs, North, Brizzy away, right? So they've had, well, all bottom 8 sides, but obviously Brisbane's a good side. Well, they haven't proven it this year yet.
None of those teams are in the top 8.
Yeah, so their run's been, I'm not going to say it's favourable, but they're banking their wins. Like, and good on them, right? They're banking the wins that they probably expected to win. They had maybe the Doggies one was a bit of a contentious one. That was a gather round. Saints, you could say, 50-50. No, I mean, I didn't tip them last week. Brizzy hadn't won at home games yet this season, still haven't. But yeah, this is a challenge for them. They're going in as favourites, right? Again, it's a title. They're up by, they're just edge us as favourites. But make no mistake, this is probably the one that they're looking and thinking, yes, yeah, it's an understrength Carlton, but we've proven this year that next man up mentality. And whoever comes in, and we can always focus on who's out and who's not playing. But internally in the club, they're going to be focusing on, don't worry about the past, don't worry about the future. It's about now. Like, you're coming into this team, what are you going to do? So
great point.
Geelong will be wary, and we've we don't mind taking down an undefeated side this year. So would love to add another one to that list.
I think we're positioned well to do so as well. Let's throw this question out to everyone here on the panel and also those watching along. We've got 56 in the chat right now. If you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. And if you haven't done so yet, hit that like button just below the video. One player that you're really keen to watch this week, and what do you want to see from them? Moose, I'll start with you.
I'm really excited to see that duo of Pitternet and TDK again. I just want to see if it can continue to flourish and sort of form into be that powerhouse. We saw some really good signs from both. And I think if Pitternet can really develop for me, it's just fitness. Pitternet needs to get his fitness where it needs to be. And if he can do that, there's no telling what him and TDK together can do. So I'm really excited to see that, along with, the mids and Walsh getting some run time under his belt. So midfield key. Yeah.
Maz in the chat wants to see Orazio lift, Monique Africano, Walshian Cripps, and Andrew Akers. Wants Akers to kick, drop, punts. I think he normally does, doesn't he?
On the full, or
Trex wants to see Moose with no hat on.
If we win, I'll take it off. I'll take something else off too.
Georgie, what about you?
Everything's been centered around, the big forwards on either end. Like it's been spoken about for a couple of years, the best forward partnership. Cameron and Hawkins v. Kerno and Mackay, and it'll be great. And I'm so keen to be back at the G and watch them back at the G, especially Kerno. Right, loves it. I want to see Sam Walsh back at the MCG because how good like that the Sydney game and the Melbourne game 2 weeks in a row last year, we were treated to excellence, right? And we've been treated to 2 insane performances. But seeing him on a slightly larger ground running a mark, I'm really keen to see that on Saturday. Can't wait.
Bevtone, I want to see Pito double down on that performance from last week. I think everyone's keen to see that. We really, really want to see that because if that frees up TDK to move up forward and really, really stretch that Geelong defense with Kerno and Mackay. So he's got a big game ahead of him. Carl, how about you?
I'm with George on that one. Keen to see Walsh again at the G, but I'm keen on seeing Tom de Koning against his brother. I want to see
up front.
I'm keen on seeing that one. Hopefully, Tommy can kick, like he said in his podcast the other day, 6 by halftime, then reassess.
That was great.
Yeah, man. Okay, yeah, good times.
Nice. Hopefully, takes a hanger on his head.
Yeah.
Sam goes home crying, "Mum,
he did it again.
he jumped on me, Mum."
Maz would love to see our defenders keep Cameron to under 2 goals. Is it going to be a one-man show? Is one person going to keep Cameron to under 2 goals, or do you reckon it's going to need to be a team effort from our backline? Because I don't think Lewis Young is going to be able to do the job on him alone. I think someone like the likes of Lockie Cowan or Brody Kemp will need to jump in and help out. I think he's a 2-man job.
I think it's a team thing. I don't think a 2-man job though. I think everybody will need to cover his space more so than just having someone on him constantly. I think managing his space is very important because he uses his space quite well. So I think it'll take everybody. Yeah, it'll take a tall down the line. It'll take a couple of defenders down back. So I think, it really is a team thing for sure. That's my opinion.
Yeah. Yep. And player, Andy.
We're almost 2 months in. I want to see Charlie play 4 quarters. I'm really keen to see Charlie because he's been off this year, and we've spoken about it. Yeah, he hasn't had. I don't know what it is. Is it that opposition teams have worked him out? Is it the delivery to him? Is it something's just not going his way? And I want to see him take a game by the scruff of the neck for 4 quarters. You know what I mean? Instead of just having a little cameo in the third, or I want 4 quarters from Charlie.
But if you get 4 quarters from Charlie, Andy, to your point, you can't. You actually can't.
Yeah. No, you won't.
But yeah, we spoke about it last week. How much of a luxury is it that an off, so to speak, Charlie is still probably at the moment the first or second best forward in the league at the moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
But no, it's. I think having we have the luxury of him when he has that burst and he's on.
Mm-hmm.
It's an absolute game changer. But yeah, I think it was not going without a touch in the first quarter in some games and easing into it. But I think back at the MCG now, like that's his domain, that's his habitat. Like I'm really keen to see. I feel like the first one's going to be like a big wheel and go kind of goal. Just get the crowd off their feet. I feel it.
It's kind of like he's just had a double shot of pre-workout or something like that, and it just kicks in, and then he just goes into gear. Before that, it's like
hands are shaking and everything.
Yeah.
Aiden in the chat with a bold prediction. I think Young will have his best game for the club, and I reckon he will do a great job on Cameron. Interesting call. We'll wait and see how Young goes against Cameron if he is his matchup on the weekend. For me, it's going to be Lockie Cowan and Jordan Boyd, especially against their small forwards. I really want to see what they'll be able to do with them. We know coming out of the defense, those two are great. More so Jordan Boyd. We've seen plenty of him. His elite skills with ball to foot is absolutely brilliant. Love watching him play. Quickly becoming one of my most favorite players. But Lockie Cowan, I want him to back that intensity back up that intensity from last week. I thought he was really, really good. And we don't have many players aside from obviously Cripps and Kennedy and stuff that they go hard at the ball, go real hard, put their body on the line. We don't have many of them. So to have Lockie Cowan come in and play that was nice. It was pleasant. Predictions?
Let's get into it.
For those watching along, we've got 52 in the chat right now. If you haven't subscribed, make sure that you do. And if you haven't hit that like button, make sure that you hit that just below the video. Chuck in your predictions for the match. What is Carlton going to win by? Or if you don't think Carlton's going to win, what are Geelong going to win by? Who's going to kick the most goal and who's going to be the best on ground? Georgie, I'll start with you.
I actually feel better about this game than I have about the last fortnight personally. I don't know what it is. I feel like we'll have them covered. I'd love a fast start, and I feel like we'll win by 22. Sam Walsh to hat trick of BOGs. I reckon he's going to run amok at the G, run all day, and Charlie will kick 5. Back him for 5.
Big. Maz Blues by 23. Jay Baggers Blues by 22, and Huss Blues by 24 with best on ground as Walsh. Andrew Blues by 12. Varazia to impact and kick 2 to 3, and Cripps to have a massive one and will drive inside. Carl.
Mine's very similar to Georgie, other than the scoreboard. I got MCG Walsh as BOG, Charlie to kick 5, and I'm going Blues by a solid 3 goals, 18 points.
Nice. Morris Blues by 11, Harry with 5, and Walsh with 36 touches, and George 3 beers after the game. That's going to be after the game. Has to be after the game.
Andy,
jeez. Absolutely not.
Jay Baggers with an interesting one. Durden with 4 goals is going to have a breakout game. Bobo B, Blues by 25 and best on ground. TDK, that would be very, very nice to see. Aiden Carlton by 18. Walsh with 43 and a goal. 20 scoring involvements, and Charlie to kick 3 as well. Big calls there. Andy.
Yeah, you know me. I'm Captain Optimist. Yeah, that's weird. I think we smash them. I don't know how they quell our forward line. I think we win by about 40 points. Best on ground, I'm gonna say Charlie. I'm backing Charlie for 5. Charlie for 5+. And BOG, yeah, I reckon Walshy gets 38 touches.
Big.
Going 38. He's going big. Cripps will get over 30. And we'll get it done. And quite easily too.
Show, I think, once again.
Mm-hmm.
Monique Carlton by 22. Best on ground, Walshy and Charlie with 10 goals. Maz, Andy is a legend.
Cheers, Maz. I don't know who that is, but cheers, mate. I swear he's not one of my mates. I swear. I'll take it.
Could be a girl. I think it's going to be a bit more closer than that.
Wait. What do you think? Aiden just wrote Moose's face. Oh no.
what happened?
Have you done your thing?
Not yet.
No, that's all right.
Building up.
Sorry, I can go.
Leave him in suspense.
They probably leave him on to the end because
I reckon they let Moose.
I don't want Moose's prediction.
Geelong by 78.
I reckon it's going to be 2 goals. I reckon Geelong will get the lead early in the 4th before we sort of go on a bit of a run with Harry and Charlie. Charlie will have 5 throughout the game. Walsh will go absolutely nuts again. 35+ will be best on ground. but I reckon it's going to be the small forwards, one of the small forwards, to kick the winning goal. Is my prediction. Carlton by 2 goals.
That sounds like a sports bet, man. Multi or something. You just said the whole game, start to finish. Gamble responsibly.
Gamble responsibly. No, that's right. I
Quick.
think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be a bit. The lead will change a few times throughout the game. Is my feeling. I hope I'm wrong because I can't deal with the stress. My heart's hurting already just thinking about it. But let's see. Mus.
No, before he talks, let's just have a minute of silence for what's about to come. Just go, Mus.
Now, you know what? I'll tell you what, I'm actually feeling confident. I don't know if I should be scared or Carlton Football Club should be scared.
Someone check on Mus.
I'm not scared. You know what we dished out last week was fantastic, and
Mus.
fuck
sorry.
Macca. Yeah.
Bev Tone in the chat. We could win by 100, and Mus could say we could do better.
Funny story about that. Sorry, Mus. I'm going
just,
to take you back. I'm going to take you back to our childhood, Mus. We were up by about 12 goals at halftime once, and everyone's come in the rooms, and our coach at the time, Claude, we're up by 12 goals against a great team. And, we were having a laugh, and he rounds us all up, and he's like, all right, boys, great half of footy. He absolutely launches the team board, just butts, and then absolutely rips into us as if we were down by 12 goals. Me and Mus are petrified, just looking at each other like, what the fuck are we up? I had to stick my head out to check the scores.
Yeah, that was a weird moment. They just and he's launched it onto the ground, and it just vibrated back up, and everyone was just looking at each other. What just happened?
What the fuck is going on?
So it's kind of a bit like that for me. So we're going to go down by.
Wow.
I'm going to Carlton by 29 points. Charlie and Harry and TDK are going to kick 3 apiece.
Nice.
Hey, that'd be brilliant. That was
3 apiece, and some smalls are going to get involved. And BOG, I'm going to go left field something here. I'm going to go George Hewitt's going to have a ripper, close to 40 touches. With Paddy Cripps and Walshy getting hard tags, I reckon George Hewitt's going to run amok.
Mm-hmm.
He's been
On
flying
you,
under
George.
the radar the last couple of games, but he's been having some fantastic games. Question from Bobo B. Carl, this one's for you. Are you guys going to Sydney? And if so, who's sleeping with Mus?
Put it this way: if me and Mus go to Sydney, I'm actually
always
sleeping away about 3 suburbs away. I don't want to see Mus unless it's at the game.
It's always me. I'm a sucker for pain. I don't like sleep. Who likes to sleep? I want to hear his phone going off.
I don't want to see him.
I want to hear him with the Indians on TikTok trying to get him to say shout
Monday
out
Blue.
Blues.
Stop.
Oh,
that's amazing.
Shout out.
Oh, I
Quick
hate
shout
Mus.
out to quick shout out to Maz in the chat, just to refresh your memory, Andy. We took a photo together with you guys last year at the semi, my daughter and I. You guys are lovely. It was indeed lovely to meet you, Maz.
Yes.
It was a pleasure.
Yes.
Absolute pleasure. Selena S. My BOG is Mus. Fire emoji. Mus has a big fan. Andrew, did you boys enjoy Adelaide? I'll let you guys answer that.
I did. I didn't enjoy sleeping in Adelaide. Thanks to Mus. Our good friend Omar wrote, Carlton by 16 points, best on ground. Macca.
He will be best on ground, I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you, mate, if we get up. Our mate
Scary.
Macca goes for Geelong. So, Macca, if you're watching, which I'm sure you are.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Hey, just quietly, before you go, Carl, you know what I'm super excited about, right? It's low key, but after 4 weeks at Marvel, or 3 weeks at Marvel and 1 week in Adelaide, I can't wait for the sauce packets at the MCG.
Oh, bro.
Sauce packet.
No, this
The
is
ones that
tell him, Georgie. Tell him.
So Marvel, if anyone knows, I don't know, Marvel's probably got a partnership sponsor deal with Heinz or whatever, and I think G's got the Master Foods where it's this squeeze packet that just shoots out of the middle. And Master Foods, Andy will tell you a story about last year about the guy's jacket, but it's the ones that you got to rip, and it's a pain in the ass, right? Like it's a pain. You're trying to enjoy your pie, whatnot. You're trying to rip it. At MCG, just grab pinch both hands and squeeze. So, Andy, would you like to tell your story last year?
No.
It was a Good Friday game against North Melbourne.
Fuck.
That was funny.
Go, Andy.
I was just trying.
Probably someone watching.
If you're watching, mate, I'm sorry. I'm trying to open the sauce thing and it wouldn't fucking open. I just want sauce on my pie. And I've opened it and the whole thing has just squirted on the guy in front of me. All over the back of his jacket. And I'm just like buckling. I look that way. Carl and Musa just staring at me. Like, what just happened? Very bad. Very, very bad.
But the worst part was it was early on in the game and we were just watching it for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
It was before the game started.
Yeah, it was before
I
the
was
game.
still waiting. Oh, Aiden's mum says Mus is good looking.
Right, eh?
Aiden's mum. Love that.
Stop flexing.
Monday Blues. Or the
Carl.
fan club?
You
Someone
see the
says
way
we-
Mus just drank? He just flexed his
Yeah.
Almost
Get
crushed
on the
his bottle.
Shilajit.
Sorry, Carl, you were saying?
Oh, I was going to say, Andy, when we were in
mate.
Adelaide. I don't know
Yeah.
where. I think Andy and Mus rocked up late, but I'd secretly pinched Mus's pillow.
Yeah. He made it out he was sleeping.
I was awake.
Do you hear what he-
It's like,
Tell the story.
I'll grab this pillow. I needed another pillow, man. One pillow wasn't enough. Anyway, he rocks up, him and Andy jump in the bed. Where's my pillow? I'm just awake listening. I'm like, fuck, I got the pillow.
He pretended he was sleeping. He heard the whole convo. Huh?
This guy was doing my head and opening every cupboard. And you know, there were 1,500 cupboards in this thing. I'm like, Mus, bro, take my fucking pillow, bro. Just take my pillow. Oh, shit.
Thanks, Mus. Good pillow.
Yeah.
Jay Taylor
I
in the
know.
chat about the sauce story. Premature sauce ejaculation. I like it.
Well,
Oh, jeez. I'm excited. I'm excited to be back at the G. The last couple of rounds have been at Marvel and Adelaide before that, so we haven't played at the G. We haven't been to the G in quite some time. But this will be a big test. Carlton's got a big test in Geelong on Saturday, and I reckon it's going to be tight. It's going to be tight. We will all be there. If you see us, for everyone that's watching along, if you're going to be at the game and you see us, make sure to stop us and say hello. Love to speak to fellow Carlton supporters and just have a chat before the game, after the game, during the game, whenever it may be. Bring your voice once again.
Mm-hmm.
Bring your voice because we already know the impact that it has, right? It gives the boys an extra gear that they can use whenever they want during the game, where it is absolutely influential for us to be able to do that and bring our voice. So please do so. It's going to be
is Curious
getting
George
nervous.
is Curious
getting
George going to be out and about?
Thinking about it, we'll see.
Gate 4, if
Might have
anyone.
to go to.
Yes. Get around it.
What gate are we?
Gate 4.
4,
Yeah.
Potentially Gate 3.
We'll see. We'll see.
maybe even gate 2.
We'll,
Even one.
Maybe.
We'll see.
six.
We'll see. Put away the mic for a few weeks, but maybe. We'll see.
Let's see. Let's see. Well, gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure once again. For all those watching along, thank you for joining in. Have a good night. Let's enjoy the rest of the game that's on for us up in Brisbane. And until the game and then the review after that on Monday night, it is sayonara from the Monday Blues. Cheers, gents.
Sick, you know now.